Senator Hontiveros, Senator Lacson, Senator Lapid, Senator Ligarda, Senator Marcoleta, Senator Marcos, Senator Padilla, Senator Pangilinan, Senator Tulfo Irvin, Senator Tulfo Rafi, Senator Villanueva, Senator Villar Camille, Senator Villar Mark, Senator Subiri. The Senate President is present.
With 19 senators present, the chair declares the presence of a quorum. Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, I just want to start the day by acknowledging officials from the Philippine Sports Commission, headed by their dynamic chairman, Chairman Patrick Gregorio, and members of the board of the commission, together with the Philippine contingent to the 33rd Southeast Asian Games. All our medalists, Mr. President, are here today with us in the podium, in the gallery. Together,
Yes,
we also have with them together guests of Senator Gatchalian, Board Member Ventanilla of the 3rd District of Pangasinan. We have also guests of Senator Bam Aquino, League of Municipalities Bohol Chapter, Mayor Tumanda of Batuan, Bohol, Mayor Ayuban of Loay, Bohol, Mayor Balete of Valencia, Bohol, Mayor Palacio of Bilar, Bohol, Mayor Randolph Ang Dimiao of Bohol, of Randolph Ang of Dimiao, Bohol, and Mayor Michael Doria of Sierra Balyones, Bohol. We also have guest of Senator Bam, Mayor Tessie Ong of Gloria Oriental Mindoro, Vice Mayor Bim Ignacio of Calapan Oriental Mindoro. We have also with us the Globetech Senior High School and Technical Training Institute Makati City Group, headed by School Director Ephraim Malimlin. And we have survivors and family members of the sunken MV Tricia Kirsten 3, Attorney Aquino Sajili, Miss Tajmahal Sajili, Miss Fatima Sajili, Mr. Martin San Diego, and Attorney Denzel Tolentino. They're all with us here, Mr. President.
Yes, we welcome all our guests, the guests mentioned by the Majority Leader, guests of our colleagues, and with a special mention, of course, of the Chairman, Patrick Gregorio of the Philippine Sports Commission, and my bowling partner, Commissioner Bongku of the PSC. Yeah?
Hindi po Bongo, Bongku.
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 Kakakausap ko kay Bongo, nagkakamali na ako.
Yes,
Anyway,
Mr.
thank you.
President.
Welcome to the Senate.
Thank you, Mr. President. And we'd also like to give our deepest condolences to the survivors and family members of the sunken MV Tricia Kirsten that are here. All of those who perished in that very tragic
Yes, our
incident.
condolences.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move that we dispense with the reading of the journal of the 41st session, Tuesday, February 3, 2026, and consider the same as approved. I so move.
Any objection? Hearing none, the journals approved.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move that we proceed with the reference of business.
Reference of business, the Secretary will proceed with the reference of business.
Bills on first reading. Senate Bill number 1732, an act establishing a results-based national innovation policy, introduced by Senator Marcos.
Referred to committees on Economic Affairs and Finance.
1733, an act strengthening the basis conversion and development authority, amending for the purpose Republic Act number 7227 or the Basis Conversion and Development Act of 1992 as amended, introduced by Senator Estrada.
To the committees on Government Corporations, National Defense, and Finance.
1734, an act further amending Republic Act number 7836, otherwise known as the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994, as amended by Republic Act number 9293, introduced by Senator Estrada.
Referred to the Committee on Civil Service.
1735, an act establishing a minimum age for social media use, prescribing obligations for social media platforms, providing penalties for and for other purposes, introduced by Senator Marcos.
To the Committees on Public Information and Science and Technology.
1736, an act amending Republic Act number 11967, otherwise known as the Internet Transactions Act, and for other purposes, introduced by Senator Marcos.
To the Committee on Trade.
1737, an act establishing public basic education schools in geographically isolated and disadvantaged and conflict-affected areas, providing access roads leading to last-mile schools and appropriating funds therefor, introduced by Senator Villanueva.
To the Committees on Basic Education and Finance.
1738, an act granting tax incentives to employers that hire fresh graduates from provincial colleges, universities, and training centers, appropriating funds therefor and for other purposes, by Senator Ejercito.
To the Committees on Labor and Ways and Means.
1739, an act expanding the coverage of the Telecommuting Act and providing incentives for telecommuting employees, amending for the purpose Republic Act Number 11165, otherwise known as the Telecommuting Act, and for other purposes, by Senator Ejercito.
To the Committees on Labor, Civil Service, and Ways and Means.
1740, an act further extending the period of availment of the estate tax amnesty, amending for the purpose Section 4, 6, and 8 of Republic Act Number 11213, as amended by Republic Act Number 11569 and Republic Act Number 11956, otherwise known as the Tax Amnesty Act, as amended, by Senator Pangilinan.
To the Committee on Ways and Means.
1741, an act institutionalizing the participation of civil society organizations in the preparation and authorization process of the annual budget, providing effective mechanisms therefore and for other purposes, by Senator Pangilinan.
To the Committees on Finance and Electoral Reforms.
Resolution number 279, resolution directing the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality conduct an inquiry in need of legislation into the rescues of foreign human trafficking victims in the Philippines, by Senator Hontiveros.
To the Committee on Women.
280, calling for appropriate Senate committee to conduct an investigation in need of legislation into the status of the 107.23 billion remitted by PDIC to the National Treasury with the specific objective of establishing a diversion mechanism, by Senator Hontiveros.
Referred to the Committee on Finance.
281, directing the Senate Committee on Tourism to conduct an inquiry in need of legislation in the implementation of safety standards and enforcement protocols of motorcycle tourism initiatives and endurance rides to guarantee the protection of participants and the general public by promoting domestic tourism, by Senator Ejercito.
To the Committee on Tourism.
282, directing the Senate Committee on Public Information and Mass Media to conduct an inquiry in need of legislation on the public information and safety awareness campaigns of the Philippine Coast Guard and the Maritime Industry Authority regarding sea travel safety in light of the recent maritime accidents, including the sinking of MV3 Sacristan 3, by Senator Padilla.
To the Committees on Public Information and Public Services.
284, resolution directing the Committee on Environment, Natural Resources, and Climate Change to conduct an inquiry in need of legislation on the conflicts arising mineral exploration activities in Tupac del Norte, Nueva Vizcaya, by Senator Pangilinan.
To the Committee on Environment.
285, resolution calling for the appropriate Senate committee to conduct an investigation in need of legislation into the systematic failures of the National Solid Waste Management Framework in light of the Binaliw landfill collapse, with the end view of mandating sustainable infrastructure and rigorous regulatory oversight, by Senator Hontiveros.
Referred to the Committee on Environment.
286, resolution commending and congratulating the Philippine Olympic Committee and Philippine Sports Commission for the exemplary leadership, support, and contribution to the successful participation of the Philippine delegation in the 33rd South Asian Games held in Thailand from 9 to 20 December 2025, by Senator Subiri.
To the Committee on Rules. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move that we consider proposed Senate Resolution number 210, taking consideration PS numbers 206, 211, 212, 213, 214, 215, 216, 217, 218, 219, 220, 221, 222, 223, 224, 225, 226, 227, 228, 229, 230, 231, 232, 233, 234, 235, 236, 237, 238, 239, 240, 241, 242, 246, 247, 248, 249, 255, and 261 and 265, Mr. President. Several resolutions congratulating our champions in the Southeast Asian Games. I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion's approved. Consideration is in order. The Secretary will read the title of the measure without prejudice to inserting into the records the text of the said resolution.
Resolution commending and congratulating the Philippine contingent to the 33rd South Asian Games in Thailand for ably representing the country and for winning 50 gold, 70 silver, and 154 bronze medals.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, may we recognize our colleague to sponsor, Senator Christopher Lawrence Bongo.
Senator Christopher Bongo is recognized to sponsor the measure.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, as chairperson of the Senate Committee on Sports and one of the authors of these resolutions, it is with great pride and honor that I sponsor the Senate resolution commending and congratulating the Philippine contingent to the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Thailand for representing our country and for winning a total of 50 gold, 73 silver, and 154 bronze medals, placing 6 overall in the final medal tally and ranking 4th with an aggregate total of 277 medals. First of all, I would like to express my warm regards and sincere appreciation to the entire Philippine delegation which took part in the 33rd edition of the Southeast Asian Games. Allow me to commend each member of the delegation for exemplifying hard work and dedication. Dito po ang iba sa kanila, mga nanalo rin po ng ginto, silver at bronze. Held from December 9 to December 20, 2025, the 33rd SEA Games brought together around 12,000 athletes competing in 54 sports, comprising 50 international sports, 3 demonstration sports, and 1 value-added sport across various venues in Bangkok and Chonburi province. 11 countries in the region participated in the event: Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Singapore, Thailand, Timor-Leste, Vietnam, and the Philippines. For this regional sports spectacle, the Philippines sent its largest ever delegation with approximately 1,600 athletes and officials proudly representing the country in various sporting events, underscoring the nation's strong commitment to athletic excellence and regional camaraderie. Mr. President, the remarkable performance of our athletes is a testament to the unwavering dedication, discipline, and perseverance of our Filipino athletes, coaches, and support staff, which trained tirelessly and competed with integrity, resilience, and excellence. Their journey to the 33rd Southeast Asian Games was marked by countless hours of training, personal sacrifice, and steadfast commitment to excellence. Each medal they brought home symbolizes not only personal victory, but also national pride, inspiring millions of Filipinos, especially our youth, to pursue their dreams through sports. At isang paraan rin po na ilayo natin ang mga kabataan sa masasamang bisyo ay through sports. Parati kong sinasabi, get into sports, stay away from drugs to keep us healthy and fit. Mr. President, since assuming the chairmanship of the Committee on Sports in 2019, we have seen the country secure its first Olympic gold medal. Sa Tokyo Olympics, napanalunan po ang kauna-unahang gold ni Heidelin Diaz at 2 gold naman po sa 2024 Paris Olympics. Dati po, kulela tayo, wala talaga tayong ginto sa Olympics. Ngayon, meron na tayong 3 na gold medal sa Olympics. Kaya pa nating madagdagan ito pag nagtulungan po ang PSC, POC, private sector. Mr. President, these achievements highlight the importance of bringing together all of our sports agencies, kagaya po ng Philippine Sports Commission, Philippine Olympic Committee, at ang mga pribadong stakeholders para sa kapakanan at tagumpay ng ating mga atleta. We must unite and support a strong and effective system for our athletes. Importante magkaisa po ang mga lahat po ng sports sector. Of course, ang ating mga national sports associations. Hindi lamang financial po ang tulong na kailangan ng ating mga atleta. Napakahalaga rin po ang moral support, sapat at masustansyang pagkain sa panahon ng kanilang training at maayos na kagamitan upang maging ganap ang kanilang paghahanda. Kailangan po nakafocus lang po ang ating mga atleta sa pagtitraining at pagko-compete. Wala na silang ibang dapat isipin pa. Nakatutok po ang ating mga atleta para marami pa tayong mapanalo ng mga medalya sa mga international competition. Kaya kailangan nakafocus lamang sila sa kanilang complete training habang tayo naman ay nagbubuklod upang tiyakin na lahat ng kanilang pangangailangan ay natutugunan. When government and the private sector move together, our athletes are empowered to reach their full potential. Mr. President, esteemed colleagues, ako po'y nakakasiguro that our country will become a strong contender in future competitions and we will be dubbed as a sports powerhouse in Asia. Congratulations rin po sa recent hosting po ng Philippine Tennis Association sa recently WTA 125 competition. Ito po yung Philippine Open na nakapag-promote not only tennis, no, but also tourism po para sa ating bansa na napakaganda naman po talaga ng Pilipinas na ipagmamalaki natin. To our athletes, you have become a symbol of strength and a great source of inspiration to our fellow countrymen that continues to give us hope in the face of adversity. Our Filipino athletes have proven time and again of their undying devotion and even unified the country through sports, thus upholding the true spirit of patriotism. As your chairman of the Committee on Sports and on Youth, rest assured I will continue to pursue sports development programs and initiatives that will promote the welfare of our athletes to help restore our rightful place in the world of sports. Naniniwala rin po ako na isang paraan nga po ito na ilayo natin ang mga kabataan. Hindi lang po kabataan, ang mga kababayan natin sa masasamang bisyo through sports po. Healthy pa tayo pag when we are physically fit. At bilang sponsor po ng budget ng Philippine Sports Commission sa nakaraang 6 na taon, pinaglaban ko po talaga na mataasan ng kanilang budget dahil po para naman po ito sa ating mga atleta. Napakaliit po ng share ng PSC. Every year lang po, kumbaga sa piece of sa cake, parang wala pang asukal doon sa icing yung share ng Philippine Sports Commission sa natatanggap nila sa national government. Kaya naman po, masaya po ako. Worthy of note, Mr. President, is the Supreme Court's order directing PAGCOR and PCSO with finality na po ito na buo na po ang i-remit na full amount due to PSC nasa as mandated by law at inaasahan natin na malaking tulong po ito sa ating mga atleta at sa ating sports sector. At pakiusap ko lang po sa PSC, gamitin niyo po ang pondo ng bayan, ang PSDF, Philippine Sports Development Fund, sa tama at magagamit po ng ating mga atleta yung pera po ng gobyerno. Moreover, I strongly value the role of sports tourism in our country. Yan naman po ang priority ng ating chairperson at ng buong komisyon ng PSC ngayon. Aside from promoting sports, ay mapopromote rin po ang kagandahan ng ating bansa through sports tourism. By hosting and supporting sporting events, we show lumalaban talaga ang pusong Pinoy. Isang mainit na pagbati po sa inyong lahat at bawat isa sa inyo ay naging bahagi ng tagumpay ng ating bansa. Thank you, Mr. President. Mabuhay po ang ating mga atletang Pilipino. Andito po sila.
Thank you. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, may I be allowed to also sponsor the said measure? If I may, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Please.
Mr. President, I would like to join my colleagues in giving a big salute to all the athletes who proudly represented us in the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Thailand. It is so exciting to see our young Filipino athletes excelling on such a large global platform, inspiring new generations of budding athletes back here in the Philippines. We celebrate not only their impressive medal haul of 50 golds, 73 silvers, and 154 bronzes, but we also celebrate their fierce determination, their hard work, and their commitment to showing the best of the Filipino spirit to the sporting world. Sayang, Mr. President, kung may arnis sana dyan, nadagdagan sana ng mga 5 gold yun. Sana. It makes me happy to see champs like Alex Ayala, EJ Obiena get rock star status among our people and many of the other athletes that are there. Among our kids especially that love these athletes. You cannot ask for a better role model, Mr. President. Showing great discipline and passion for their sport and showing great love for our country, they represent us on big stages like the Southeast Asian Games. To the entire Philippine delegation, maraming salamat sa inyong leader is Senator Pia Cayetano.
Senator Pia Cayetano is recognized.
Mr. President, I rise to co-sponsor Senate Resolution number 210, taking into consideration 4 resolutions that I filed: Senate Resolution number 239, Senate Resolution number 240, Senate Resolution number 241, and Senate Resolution 242. I would like to begin by greeting our national athletes, coaches, and staff, and the entire Philippine Sports Commission family who are with us today and are back in training as we speak. As a former student athlete and also a national athlete, I know the sacrifices behind every medal and the weight of the flag on one's shoulder. Personally, I believe sports can transform lives. It molds character and teaches important values like discipline, determination, leadership, and teamwork. It serves as a key enabler of the Sustainable Development Goals promoting health, education, and social inclusion, specifically SDG 3 on health, SDG 4 on inclusivity and equitable quality education, and SDG 5, achieving gender equality and empowering all women and girls. The 33rd SEA Games in Thailand saw the Philippines' largest delegation to date with over 1,600 strong. We finished 6th place overall with an impressive 277 medal haul, 50 gold, 73 silvers, and 154 bronzes, proving once again that the Filipino talent is world-class. I actually had the unique opportunity, Mr. President, to watch the games. Given that it ran for about 2 weeks, I think I was only there for 3.5 days, but 3.5 days was more than enough to inspire me, was more than enough to bring tears to my eyes in every single game that I watched. Our athletes continue to make history, Mr. President, and I'd like to mention a few. So, I have pictures, so let us wait for the pictures to load. There we go. So, nag-sprint din po ako para makarating dito sa pole vault event ni EJ Obiena. Kasi grabe, Bangkok is already known for their terrible traffic. But because of the SEA Games, it was even worse. So bumaba ako dun sa van na sinasakyan ko at iniwan ko yung driver at naglakad kami. Tapos nung alam namin kasi na malapit ng, nag-umpisa na si EJ and mabilis lang naman ang pole vault kasi talon. Pag hindi na nakatalon, hindi na naabot ng kalaban mo, di panalo ka na. So, nag-sprint na kami. Pagdating namin, nandun kami sa kabilang side ng napakalaking stadium. So, from the other side,